And welcome back to another Pong Plays SU2V, and I'm your host, sensei-pong. Can't say that right. Either way, I don't remember what we were doing. Either way, apprehension hangs over me as I stand before the doors to Golden Zone Fire. Waiting won't make this any easier. There we go. It's going to be easier to control. With a stride belying my frantic heart rate, I make my way to a table seating with 4 teammates I'd neglected the day before. That's right. Yeah, we were having like a midlife crisis at the age of 20 or however old we are. 21? I don't know. Excuse me. But whatever reason I have to worry disappears when a cow catches sight of me. He rises from his chair and waves me over, leading Riva and Stunt to follow suit. It's only Jet that refuses eye contact with me. Even then, though, she's trying to hide it. I can tell that she's relieved I'm here. Hey, Mock, ready for practice? Yeah, and sorry about yesterday. It won't happen again. No sweat. Let's make the most of the time we have left, yeah? Yeah. Alright. Alright, Stunt, Mock, go set up the PCs and get to work. Stunt jumps up from the table and steers himself to my side as we make our way to the setups. Me and Riva played 2v2s while Jet was gone yesterday. I'm pretty sure we could be ranked number 1 on the ladder with enough time. No one takes 2v2s seriously, much less on ladder. Phew, says you. Well, hey, good that you're already feeling better. If you puke, I'll know that's because my strategy is what's sick. I lift an eyebrow, trying to unravel Stunt's meaning. It's only with a glance back at Jet, and then a Kel that it clicks. Oh, yeah, I'm all better. He smirks and peels away from my side to pick out a Jet PC. Jet, Kel, and Riva follow at a distance. Ladder 2 setting up the chairs behind me and observe and make comments. Bum 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 bum. I like how there's like some kind of like orc zombie in the background. Some dude drinking an amp. Product placement. Even with my renewed focus and drive, it becomes readily apparent that my few matches at our practice is still going to be suboptimal. Stunt's trying his best, but it doesn't mean much with less than a week until the show match. He simply doesn't execute standard builds very well. Kel says as much after I trip my way through another clumsy win. We might need to look into finding someone else for Mock to practice with, but there really isn't enough time. It may be more productive for him to face opponents on ladder. It won't be possible for Mock to prepare against certain builds that way, but at this rate, you might be right. Stunt, no one's going to deny your unit control, but you just don't have the strategic breadth of someone like Bolt. Oh, the young protest player slumps in his chair and stares off into space. I know, sorry. Oh, did I really come this far just to face Bolt unprepared? There has to be a solution. Practice with Riva, look for another protest, or something else. Okay, well I've got choices now. Where are my dice? Where's my dice? Where's my dice? I don't know what would be the best choice. I don't remember what Riva plays. I don't believe she plays protests. I think she plays Terran or something. I don't know. I can't find my dice. I'm gonna have to spin the dreidel because that's the closest thing I have. Me, Gimel, I practice with Riva. Noon, I look for another protest. Shin, I do something else. And hey, I spin again. Yeah. Alright, Shin. Something else. That sounds like a bad idea. If Stunt isn't providing enough strategies for me to prepare for, and Riva can't put the strategy that she knows into action. Wait a second. What Stunt said earlier. What if I practiced 1 versus 2? What? Stunt handles the units and Riva handles the base management and picks the build order. That way I can face the best of them both. Will that even work? Elko glances to Riva, who seems as surprised by my plan as she is. That's an interesting plan, though. I don't see why it wouldn't. It won't be a perfectly realistic game condition, but it's better than anything else I could think of. That sounds kind of fun, actually. Come on, Riva. Yeah. Yeah. Choked it. The stunt pats the seat of the station next to him. With a shrug, she rises to join him. Very well. Jet replaces herself in Riva's vacated seat, arms crossed and expression fierce. She's intent on seeing for herself whether or not this will work. When Stunt is done joking about doing a fusion dance with Riva, we load up a game and Riva and Stunt on the same team and setting enable to keep Riva's base from spawning. So I don't have to worry about anything except destroying Mach. This is gonna be great. Hey Riva, build 2 gateways by his base for me. No, we are playing standard. Come on. Okay, how about a proxy Stargate then? No. I can hear you, you know. It will not matter. Such is the beauty of standard play. I soon find that her confidence is well placed, even with Riva's economy focused build orders, Stunt stalker harass, makes my life difficult. He dances a single unit back and forth in an entrance to my natural, all of his focus devoted to its control. It's a painstakingly effective frustration that succeeds in slowing down my attempts at establishing economy and tech. My multitasking micro are brought to their limits, and we haven't even hit the 5-minute mark. This is insane, and very, very good practice. I don't have the chance to spare a glance over my shoulder at Kel or Jet, but I make a pretty sure bet that they're just as intent on this game as Stunt, Riva, and I are. Boom! Sparkles! The match drags on up until the Stunt and Riva Archon rolls over my paltry force in well-timed and perfectly controlled 2-base push. It wasn't even close. Well, they make for a tough opponent, that's for sure. You 3 down to keep them at this? Are you kidding? This is amazing. I am enjoying myself as well. The point isn't to have fun, it's to practice. Run a Nexus first. I want to see how Mach handles it. Bum bum bum. The music changed. It's incredible. Playing an opponent at this level allows me to see the game in an all-new way. Stunt's control is precise and crashes against my defense like a wave, while Riva directs the flow of battle like a symphony conductor. They have achieved purity of form. Though these repeated losses, I can just see how outmatched I am in nearly every aspect of StarCraft. The moments of weakness for an opponent that plays such a clean style are scant and short-lived, but they exist. I can create them by taking risks, using mind games, or focusing mistakes. Pew pew pew! I felt these things on instinct before, but I can now see them for the truths they are. The elements of human error is practically zero between Stunt and Riva. But StarCraft is a game of imperfect information. Anyone, even a perfect machine, is capable of being defeated. I'm done being afraid of you, Bolt. It's late in the evening when Akel calls our practice quits. 12 hours straight, minus breaks for lunch and dinner. 4 more days of that and he'll be ready as he is possible can be in that moment of time. We risk Stunt and Riva falling out of practice, but there really isn't any other choice. At least it won't be for long. Jet still hasn't acknowledged me with direct eye contact, but the animosity I felt coming from her this morning is all but gone. Neither Stunt and Riva seem even a fraction as out as I am. Yet, as tired as I am, I find myself eager for practice tomorrow. I can only hope it lasts until the end of this week. I've got a few more things to take care of before the weekend. The VSL studio managed to fit us in time slot right before the semifinals for Team League. I've seen some of the promotion they're doing online. It's being hyped as a KPGA vs. Foreigner match. Mach's been cast as a villain, a last-minute way of hyping up the match since it is just such a short notice. The Korean Pro Gamer Association would not have allowed one of their players to compete otherwise. It seems they are beginning to sow the seeds of the transition from Brood War to StarCraft 2. It's hard to imagine that the talent pool for StarCraft 2 could get any more deep. Bolt is only one of the few dozen top-tier players, being held back by the floodgates of KPGA's regulations. A win against A win against Bull to show KPGA players and their fanboys not to shrug off those who have switched to StarCraft 2 early. No need for so much bite, Jet. We switched because we were ready for the new challenge, right? She glances away, failing to match Akel's now wavering grin. I need to go. The rest of you get some rest. Yo, Riva, wanna grab some dinner? We can practice our fusion dance for tomorrow. A Patera earring is necessary for fusion between two distinct beings stunt, and the hyperbolic time chamber is more apt metaphor for Mock's training regimen regardless. Wait, what? A bickering stunt and Riva exits shortly behind the stone-eyed Jet, leaving only me and Akel in a half-empty cafe. Don't bother worrying me about yesterday. Jet told you, huh? Even if she didn't, it'd be an easy guess. You weren't giving it your all when you called it quits the day before. Figures. A sigh escapes me, leading Akel to drop a hand on my shoulder. Just focus on the show match, and if you still want to worry about sleeping and after winning, you can mope around the team house for a day. Despite my best efforts, I can't keep myself from spitting out a laugh. Things have changed so much since I met you, Jet. For the better, I hope? Yeah, you guys are so goal-driven. It's kind of mind-blowing, actually. Best way to live, if you ask me, and good practice for the real challenge. Don't think Jet will be satisfied with a little bit of money from Enoch. You won't have time to pick up the confetti out of your hair before hearing all the next season's plans. If she ever finds a reason to talk to me again, that is. Jet has her way of dealing with things. Don't sweat it too much and just focus on your practice. Right, I will. Arise from my chair at last, check my pockets on the way up for my key and wallet. Take care. I'm going to stick around and ladder for a while. Coach has to keep his skills current, you know. Will you join the team as a player when your contract with crashes up at the end of the year? Who knows? Let's just worry about the next few days, yeah? Fair enough. Later, Akel. He falls right back into his chair after the first bump, leaving me to stalk the neon-lit streets alone. The city lights have never been so beautiful. I have no desire to leave Seal's electric embrace, now that things are finally starting to make sense. What if I hadn't run into Akel at Golden Zone Fire? I'd probably be booking my ticket for a flight home at the end of the month, about right now. And without Jet, there'll be no team, no goal past the vague dream to qualify for the VSL. If not for Stunt and Riva, I'd have no sparring partners, no teammates, not to mention no way to have earned Jet's confidence in front of Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, no matter how he rubs me the wrong way, he's as much a part of my chance to stay here as my teammates. And Mr. Young, who'd have taught that the convenience store clerk I've been avoiding eye contact with would be the one to bring me back to the brink, from the brink. But whatever means necessary, I'll repay those that have helped me to stand where I do now. Oh. See that tower in the background? That was... I don't know what it's called, but for now let's just call it Tokyo Tower. I apologize to any South Koreans if I've offended you. Not really. Or any Japanese that I've offended. So we're going to call it the Eiffel Tower. There you go. For those... For the third time, if you scout the second gas, build a damn bunker. Don't be so greedy. Oh. Make sure you stay clear of the vision if you're going to take that kind of drop path. They'll try to roll over you with the Colossus if they manage to pick off your drop ships. Prioritize your Viking production first. Yes, just like that. With a couple of snipes on the Stunt and Riva combination's High Templar, the Protest army is left behind any kind of area of effect damage, allowing me to charge forward and go for the jugular. Yay! Even with Stunt's top-tier control and Riva's highly efficient production, I managed to push my way into the base and secure not one, but 2 GGs. Oh! Yay! I leap out of my seat in triumphant victory. Out of almost 100 games, that's the third win I've managed to clinch. It feels amazing. I wasn't sure that I'd be able to manage a breakthrough breakthrough as a result of this kind of practice, but my control has noticeably improved. A good thing considering the match with Bolt is tomorrow. Gah! She insisted on building more higher Templar when I asked for Colossus. It was strategically unsound to push onto the map. You should have allowed your upgrades to complete and use the High Templar as drop defense. What do you know? You don't even play Protoss. Riva places her index finger on Stunt's forehead, easily keeping him at arm's length. Oh. The pair quiets their harmless squabbling when Jet rises. That's enough for today. Eh? But it's barely 6 o'clock. The day before an important match is the most important, not in terms of practice, but to prepare mentally. Jet says so to no one in particular, making it a point to ignore me when I turn to look at her. A new age method? Huh? Better than all the all-night cram sessions from the Brood War days, I suppose? It's scientifically proven to work. Besides, it's not like I'm giving him the rest of the day to do as he pleases. Damn, with Jet, even relaxation is ordained. Come on, we're going to Namdam. Again with Namdan? Programmers don't belong in a place without computers. Would you rather spend the rest of the day cleaning ashtrays at your mom's? No. You know what? You're just jealous that you don't have a PC bang in the family. The rest of us share a laugh on the way out, with Stunt trailing after us begrudgingly. Aww. Given the mood coming out of the cafe, I'm surprised to find that none of us have as much to say as we loiter around the park bench. Stunt's attention never strays from the game on his phone, while Riva and Akel simply stare off into space. Jet paces back and forth, though her gait lacks its usual purpose. Between all 5 of us, silence. Maybe not all as much as needs to be said. Wow, can't read. Maybe not all that. Okay, maybe not all that much needs to be said. It's ironic. We all know the stakes. Everyone's done their part to prepare for tomorrow. It's natural for us to feel nervous. The key is to keep it from affecting our chance of winning. It is sad. I shift my gaze towards Riva, surprised to find her staring at the ground. What is? This may be the last evening we gather as a team. Come on, Riva, don't say stuff like that. It won't do us any good. But it is the truth. Mach, please win tomorrow. I do not want to stop spending time with you, with all of you. I have been a happier person since I joined this team. I would strongly prefer to stay that way. Guarded as she is, Riva intones a sadness that the rest of us are trying to deny. Even Jet ceases her march to observe the exchange. I feel the same way, Riva. I'll win tomorrow, I promise. The penalty of lying is death. Riva breathes out a sigh and collects herself. I believe that you will. Me too. Mach probably plays an important part of the story to become the greatest part of my story to become the greatest player of all time. The first chapter can't end with a loss. It just wouldn't make sense. An arm slings itself around my shoulder. With a glance, I find that it belongs to Akel. Feeling all right? Not as bad as before, but the pressure is still there. As your coach, I'm obligated to encourage you to win, but what's most important is what you want. For what it's worth, I'm with Riva. I'd be sad to see you leave Korea. I've got more than enough motivation for tomorrow. Is that what we're here for? It isn't just for you. For the first time since she barged into my room, Jet addresses me directly. Her expression is devoid of the intensity that I've come to know her for. I wasn't lying when I said you had potential to be great. True as that is, it doesn't make you special. Everyone has the capability to be a champion. It isn't generic or unique. I'm not denying the existence of talent, but it's not nearly as essential as people make it out to be. StarCraft and everything else is about way more than that. Most people are either unwilling to or unable to work hard. Simply being able to overcome the barrier makes it possible to do things that other people sit around and daydream about. If you've done that, you can lose without regrets. Have you? Yeah, I have. Good. Then that's all that's left to trust it'll earn us to win. Then all that's left is to trust it'll earn us to win. Oh, there you go. I read it correctly. Silence follows Jet's final remarks, leaving us with an air of gravitas. It's only a quip from Stunt that saves the rest of us from our glum-faced stare-down. Deep. Don't be a prick, Stunt. Alright, let's go over the game plan for tomorrow. How you play is up to you, but it's probably smart to stick to what you've been practicing. Yeah, I know that I know better than to invent a build on the fly. How about you open us up, Jet? Still against the build Riva prepared for Game 1. I understand the idea, I just don't think it's a sure win. But we'll probably assume Mach is looking to steal a win, so he will be on the lookout for something non-standard. It was devised that in mind, if executed as planned, it should secure a lead, if not a victory. Don't give Bolt any respect that he hasn't earned. If you let him set the pace for the series, it'll be an uphill battle. I agree with that, actually. Alright, fine. If it's not just my style of play. Moving on, how about mid-game? I was planning on my usual style. Drop ships to establish map control and slow down the third base. If I scout that he's being too greedy, I'll go for the kill. That's solid. I wouldn't change anything there. Seconded, it's annoying playing against those kind of Terrans if I can't kill them early. Riva fidgets with her glasses, evidently disagreeing. Do not write off the possibility of mech. He's barely practiced mech. Why would you even suggest that? It is the ideal unit composition when played at its apex. Only if he can get there safely, which will be practically impossible against a protest as lethal as Bolt. Riva concedes her suggestion with a shrug. Last thing, late game. If Bolt manages to get on 3 bases, don't try to end the game in a direct fight unless you have tons of defenses prepared to slow down his march. The fully powered protest army is stronger than a maxed out Terran, so you have to look elsewhere to find an edge. The opposite is true in Brood War, so he's used to being the aggressor. If you see Bolt eager to engage with you, don't automatically assume it's because he'll roll you. That reminds me, are there any kind of mistakes that Brood War players make when they first switch to StarCraft 2? You and Akel should know better than anyone. It's the little things, honestly. Knowledge that you take for granted that Bolt has to work for. You can look at 5 Marauders and know they'll crush 7 Stalkers without actively thinking about it. For example, he probably can't yet. That and his strict strategies. Bolt hasn't been playing Star 2 for as long as you, so he's probably only up to date on standard builds from the current meta. He'll be relying on game sense mechanics to carry him through that shortcoming. If you can get a read on him, you won't be able to fall back on an older style. And as strong as a Brood War player as he is, Bolt isn't immune to slip-ups, especially in a new game. If he expands too fast or spreads his army too thin, crush him. Yeah, got it. Then I guess we've done everything we can. Nothing to do but play. You want to run through some warm-ups and get a glimpse of the crowd early to keep your nerves down? So don't be You'll want to run through some warm-ups and get a glimpse of the crowd early to keep your nerves down, so don't be late. When I answer with a nod, Akel smiles. A final glimpse at the 4 faces of my teammates underscores the need to win tomorrow. Nothing else needs to be said. Everyone has placed not only their trust, but their futures in me. And actually with that, just before the big matchup, I think this is actually a good point to cut off. So, see if I actually make it. I totally brain farted for a second. I was gonna see if I totally make it as a pro gamer. It'll be interesting. Anywho, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sensei-pong signing out.